No, it's booze.
It's booze.
I can see a Busch Light.
Oh yeah, try Michelob Ultra in it. No, it's like it tastes like grass. I've decided it's watermelon wave, and it really tastes green.
I don't know about that.
It's good, but until it gets the aftertaste. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. Okay. I think
Okay, it's Monday.
Let me check. Monday.
Monday.
Not a watch. Not even close.
You don't.
Oh man. Yeah.
Okay.
Apologies to you. Apologies to the world because the world is watching.
They are.
I was at a concert last night at Lincoln Highway Days, my buddy's band, and there was a bunch of people that I knew there, and so I had to like yell to speak to people. So my voice is like this weird like metallic-y, like it's half gone.
Like
half
you were at
there.
a rave all night long. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they still have raves?
They gotta. I didn't say do it. I'm not.
No, out.
I'm not endorsing it.
I need like a button that like every time you're like, nope, that part comes out.
It's fine. People know. Everyone's seen the movie Go, right?
No.
You never watched that?
No.
It was a good movie.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday to you.
It's Monday.
We may or may not have taken out a line earlier that Shannon didn't want me to include in the podcast.
I know, right? I really think I need a button or like a gong. I need a gong, like the Gong Show.
It's like that, only
Boom.
different.
Yeah, it is.
Here's the thing. All you guys need to know is that I'm hilarious. And Shannon won't let you hear it.
That is so true. So true. I am the fun hater on the Monday mornings.
Okay. It's all right.
It's called balance here. Remember balance.
Yeah.
Yin yang.
No, I get it.
Fun hater.
It's like it's comedy gold.
That's true.
And it just goes into nothingness.
I just
It's
don't
so
know if
sad.
at Mondays at 10 o'clock if they could totally handle us.
They can appreciate
uncensored. Let's just put it that
Listen,
way.
if we can handle us Monday morning, because that's
true.
when it is right now.
Right now.
Monday.
And I bet you everybody is sitting not drinking coffee today because it is HOT hot out there today.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Back to school time is not supposed to be 90 plus, and like today, 100?
I don't like it.
It sounds miserable.
I don't like any of this that's happening.
I'm agreeing with you.
Also, I'm gonna can we break it down and be real here for a second?
Sure, love it.
This isn't what this podcast is about, but I am like in a weird zone right now.
Okay.
So I am in the early stages of trying for a third time, a new antidepressant.
Oh.
So I'm like, I don't know. It's not a fog. It's like I'm uber alert, and I'm just like, I don't know.
So we're going to get your schedule under control now. You are like uber aware.
It's a weird zone that I'm in, and I'm like super skeptical because like I didn't want to try another one. But you know what? We live on a rock floating in space, and sometimes you have weird feelings. So I'm trying a new one. And the last two, side effects, not great. So I'm very I was very trepidatious going into this, and I took it. And like I was feeling real weird before I got here. And I'm like, all right.
Happy Monday, everybody.
Right. Buckle up. Buckle up,
We're
America.
in for a doozy of a Monday.
It's something. So,
We are here.
we'll see.
So is that why there's water in our coffee cup this morning?
I need water.
Good
I need
plan.
something in my sippy cup. I also brought bonus water.
Bonus
as
water.
well.
That is good.
So, but I did have a coffee. But you can't look up like the side effects on these things because it's all bad all the time.
Yeah, don't read
like,
side effects.
Yeah, and it's like if you take this with caffeine, will you die? And nobody knows. Jury's out.
I'm sure there's a warning on our podcast that says, you
Yeah.
might have too much fun if you listen to this.
That's fair.
That
yeah.
is fair.
Yeah, well, not if Shannon makes me take out all the good
So
one-liners.
That's so true. Yes.
So, hey, what's going on this week?
You know what? School is back in session.
Ugh.
And, as I was
Sad.
preparing for this, I was like, it's kind of that lull.
Yeah.
And Like,
Yep.
even though there's not really a huge lull in my work world,
Yeah.
there's just that little bit like, we got done with a progressive dinner last week, which was amazing. We had fabulous weather. Let's talk about.
I
Like,
saw some of the
amazing-
costumes. Looked good.
If you didn't get to see it, the Toga girls rocked it out. But yeah, we had a lot of fun with it. Everybody seemed to enjoy it. Great
Good.
food, and the carousel wrapped up on its daily operation, and so now we're just weekends.
Yeah.
So it's kind of that lull. It's not going to be a long lull, but I have a little lull this week, and
Good.
I think I'm kind of okay with it.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be hot.
Will you actually get to relax at work, or do you have to go back to stuff that you've been putting off because you've been busy?
Yeah, I there's no relax at work.
Oh.
Yeah, it's grant season, so trying to rate.
Grant Braun?
No, not Grant Braun.
You're welcome.
Yeah, shout out. Love you, Grant. But
Well, maybe we'll
grants
see him
that
soon.
give me financial money.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
That kind of grant.
How does one get a personal grant just for being,
Yeah,
let's
I
say,
haven't seen one of those
me?
quite yet.
How do I?
It'd be great.
Could be cool.
You know, we could all try to win the isn't like the Mega Millions like over 500 or something? Somebody was just saying?
500 million?
Yeah.
I'd take it.
What would you do with $500 million?
Here's the thing. I feel like I would be very liberal with it with my friends and people that are close to me, because
Including your neighbors.
yeah, of course, of course.
Come on,
you
I'm close.
you guys are friends, and I feel like I would do that, but I'd have to find an amount, because it would almost need to be kind of like, you know that this happened, I know that this happened. Here's, this is your reward for being a part of my life, I suppose.
For being part of my posse.
Although, if we're being real about it, isn't the reward just this?
Totally.
Come on.
I look forward
This-
to Mondays all the time when I know I get to sit in the same room with you.
This is the reward.
This is the reward for me.
And sometimes you never know what voice you're going to get.
So true. So true. So yeah, kind of a slower week here in Story City, but
And I'd buy a house, a different house, just so you know.
well then we have to move together so we can be on the same street.
We can probably do that.
Okay.
I can think of a house that I would want to buy, but it would definitely put somebody out. But I don't know them, so it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it'd be good.
We could just
It's not you, so so you're safe.
yes.
Oh, yeah, sorry. We'll get down to business
It's
here.
okay. It's okay.
Should we tell them the sad news?
The sad news is we won't have a guest today.
Yeah, there's no guest.
It is that week, and with some sad news, I had shared this with Lance before. Employment changes sometimes happen in things that you work with. So my guest is no longer with the business she was with. So
Yeah.
we wish her the best.
But it sounds like
But
it's good for her.
It's going to be good,
So.
and I'll touch on that.
Literally one person knows who
Literally
we're
one
talking
person.
about. And it's that person.
I am in mourning, but it's okay. Well, I'll get through it this
Yeah.
week, I promise.
Yeah.
But I had mentioned it, I think, a while back, and now it's finally coming to fruition. She was part of the Rising Leaders Academy program that we're working with.
Sure.
So it's Ames, Nevada, and Story City, us executive directors working together to start this program. And it's a program for juniors in high school. Mm-hmm. And they will go through a 10-month process through us to learn about leadership and things after college. So those applications will go out this week. And so if you know a junior,
I do.
I know you do, and I'm hoping that I'll see an application with their name on it.
Well, we'll see.
So our goal is to have 2 students from each district of the 10 districts that we are working with in Boone and Story County,
Yeah.
and help them just learn really about leadership and volunteerism and like how the world really works.
Yeah.
That way, with series in healthcare to ag to government to, like I said, volunteerism, and just the full gamut of that and what a college experience looks like. So we'll be rolling out those applications this week with those districts, and then they'll be due back in September, where we'll pick the students chosen, and we'll start it in October.
Very cool.
So very excited about that. It's been a process of working through that, but it's something all of our communities feel very passionate about.
Yeah.
Mostly after COVID, the world changed, as we all know. It still
Yeah.
is changing. And it's hard to get engaged in things and know what you don't know. And
Yeah.
so just hoping to educate students a little better on some things outside the four walls of their schools.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome.
So yeah, so that is great. So that is rolling out this week. Just a couple of things, make sure you're following Roland Stories social media or their website to know what sporting events are happening. I know that volleyball sets off tonight here with a in Story City with a quad and kick off their season. And we wish them the best, definitely. And then football will start off their regular season versus South Tama on Friday night here in Story City. So sports are rolling out. Day one went great from everybody that I heard. And
Sweet.
so thank goodness they have air conditioning.
Yeah.
That's really great. But we're hoping for a great school season here in Story City and Roland for sure.
Yeah.
So it's hard to believe we're talking about school things. It was just hard.
By the way, I took off my headphones.
I
I figured we were good. We didn't have a third person.
we don't
so,
have a third person
yeah.
today.
So
and yes, I apologize for that. But some things I just can't control.
I 100% blame you.
You can. It's okay.
Send your hate mail to what's the chamber's address?
Director, and you figure out the rest.
You could probably just put Story City Chamber and it'd make its way there, right?
Well,
Is that how that
once
works?
upon a time, I think that actually was the email, and I don't know that exists anymore,
That's funny.
which is okay.
Does our mail in Story City have to go to Des Moines and then back?
You mean like in your
Like
mailbox
like
mail?
like mail?
Yeah.
That's so stupid, isn't it? Isn't that like ridiculous?
Well-
Isn't that the craziest thing you've ever heard?
There's a lot of
Like if
things
I
with
send something
the mail.
to you, it would leave my mailbox, go to Des Moines, and then come back.
Okay, but then we'd make fun of you that you
4
couldn't
blocks
just walk
away.
a quarter of a
I'm
block.
just, I'm just doing it to prove a point. I'm doing it to prove a point.
Yeah, but you can't almost financially afford to mail a letter anymore. I think it's like 80 cents or something now. Somebody was saying.
Probably. Yeah, I bought a metric ton of Forever stamps in 1998. It's fine.
Is that the first year that Forever?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I made that up.
I was like,
Wouldn't that be hilarious
Just-
if
I
that
know,
was when
right?
this? It's
Be
got to
like-
be around there.
You-
No, it was probably 2000s, right?
I don't
I
remember.
have to look that up. What year
I
was
know.
it?
What year was it that everybody could start buying
It's
Forever
fine.
stamps? And who bought a bunch? Who stockpiled
Well,
that?
and nobody was going to be like, well, I better get all these because prices are going to get, but they did.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
The
that's how
sad
it
part is
goes.
I didn't realize that it has gone up like steadily.
Yeah.
Like I was just in the post office and somebody said it. I was like, wait. I
Yeah,
thought
no,
it was
they gotta-
32 cents.
They got to make that. They got to make that money.
I know, right?
Absolutely.
We all do. We all
Yeah.
do.
Oh,
So yeah,
You're
a couple
telling
of
me.
other things this week. Reliance State Bank is having their customer appreciation picnic, and I know that's an
I know them.
event. That's an event that I know a lot of people come downtown to experience, and that's Wednesday night.
yeah.
In the 500 block of Penn
Mm-hmm.
from 5 to 7. So if you're a customer and love Reliance State Bank, come on down. They usually have some good music, usually good food.
I accept.
And so, I mean, who doesn't love a good hot dog? And hopefully it won't be 100 degrees by Wednesday.
Yeah.
Let's hope for that.
I'm advocating for all of our stuff that happens on Broad Street.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know who to talk to about this, but I feel like we would be remiss if we didn't at least look into doing something like what Fremont Street did in Las Vegas, where we just cover
cover it all?
and yeah, then we could have light shows. I mean, and then we get a little bit of shade when we do the duck stuff.
Yep.
You know?
I think that's a great idea. Let's win the lottery first.
All right.
Then we can maybe make that happen.
All right.
Or if anybody would love to donate to the cause.
Listen, it gets a little toasty out there.
It does get a little toasty out there.
And I'm just saying, maybe
To be
that.
honest, though, if
Yeah.
we're going to talk about making somewhere cooler, it's going to be the carousel first before I make Broad Street
I
cooler.
suppose. But don't fans do that? Don't fans help at least?
Yeah,
Or is
except
it
when you're
not enough?
standing in the center of the carousel, I'm going to tell you that crosswind goes bye-bye.
What is preventing an AC unit in the carousel?
That we keep the doors open.
Well, then
And cost.
you just do the one door. It'll be fine. Listen, I have all of our solutions
I
right
know you
here.
do. I know. You
So,
could
it's
totally
not-
make my world so much better.
I could.
I will just tell
absolutely.
you, it was a little warm down there yesterday.
Yeah.
Little bit warm.
It's a little warm in here until I turn the AC on.
I know it is warm, but
No good.
So since today we don't have any guests,
Yeah.
and Lance has all the answers, I thought
I
I
do.
would help with some answers to some questions that I've been seeing on social media.
Sure.
And for all of you that love social media, it's a love-hate relationship for me because a lot of rumors start on social media. So I'm going to try to debunk a couple of them, or I don't know if that's the right word I want to use there, but
That
gonna try
works.
to share a little wealth of knowledge with you all. So,
Okay.
couple of things. Fairway. It's a topic of conversation, and I get it. It looks wonderful so far.
It's canceled. It's no longer coming.
No,
Oh.
wrong. Lance is wrong in this
Okay.
this episode.
That's what I thought.
But Fairway is coming along at a great pace. But a lot of people have been asking about, are they going to start hiring? And the answer to that is yes. They are going to have open interviews for Fairway
Yeah.
at Fairview Lodge. So
Oh.
Fairway is going to have their interviews at Fairview Lodge, and that will be on September 4th. And they will have open interviews from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. So
Sweet.
if you are interested in finding out more about employment with Fairway,
Yeah.
that opportunity will be coming here very quickly.
I know people that have been involved in Fairway for a majority of their life.
Yeah.
Like it seems to be a very good company.
Good company. So yeah. So for the ones that were looking for employment,
Yeah.
those open interviews are coming.
Yeah.
So yes, but I will say on here, no, there is not an official open date yet. But stay tuned.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
will know that here hopefully soon, and we will share that information as soon as it's public knowledge.
Okay.
But there is no date announced yet. I know there's a lot of rumors going on about this date, that date, whatever date.
Shut it down.
I'm
Shut
just
it
going
down,
to tell
people.
you there is no official date
Yeah.
as of right now.
Yep.
So it is coming though. We can see progress happening. So, but yes, they will be.
October 3rd. My new favorite day.
It's going to be your new favorite day. Well, we'll see if Lance is correct. You can all circle it on your calendar. And maybe we should do that as a fundraiser. Everybody can guess the date.
That'd be kind of cool.
Do one of those things like they do for the Super Bowl where you like pick the score, but we'll just
Yeah.
pick the date that Fairway's going to open.
I think that's called gambling. And
It
I'm
is.
and I'm all about it.
Okay. So
I'm excited.
there you go. The other thing, and
Yeah.
Lance had already mentioned Broad Street.
Yes.
Broad Street is having some construction on it currently.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
I know, but it's short term.
Okay. What exactly are they doing? What's happening?
So it's getting a whole new road,
Yeah.
and curb and gutter and sidewalks
But what are they doing under
underneath
the road?
water and sewer.
That's
Yep.
what I was looking for.
If you haven't read the memo from the city, it is 60 working days.
Wow.
So it's going to be a quick turnaround. 60
Okay.
days go by pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And for the record, I think they've worked every day that I've noticed that we've even had raindrops. They've been out there working. So
Yeah.
they're not taking vacation on rainy days.
Awesome.
But they are working to make our street better. It's progress, people.
Sure.
Progress takes time. So it's not going to be closed forever. And then also the library. I'm sure some people, maybe now that you're not driving by, haven't noticed, but the first wall was framed out this past week. So progress is being made there.
What are we talking about? I missed what you
So
said.
the library.
The library.
The library is on their big expansion
I'm
project.
telling you, my brain is broke.
It is
not-
Monday, so I totally get it. And I've been
I
told,
was like, I know you just said words, but
I
I,
know.
couldn't remember
It's
what it
okay.
is that you said.
I do say words.
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes quicker.
It's very impressive.
And then we kind of touched on the carousel.
Yeah.
And I love people that write comments, and I appreciate them. Granted, I love when people want explanation, and I had somebody reach out and just said, hey, why on Saturday and Sunday,
Yeah.
now that it's just weekends, are you only open from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m.?
Right.
And I appreciate the question. And so I'm going to kind of put it out here too. I have responded also to this gal is it's a staffing thing.
Yeah.
So for anybody that's visited the carousel this season, my operators have now went back to college. So that now makes me rely on volunteers or myself to
Right,
work every
right.
weekend. And it's hard. So that's part of it. The other part of it is after COVID, we really looked at what the busy hours of the carousel were on certain days and looked at the research of all of that. And that is why we picked the hours of 1 to 3, because those are kind of our busiest times, mostly on Sundays, because people get done with church and go to lunch and then it's their family outing and then they go home.
Right.
So there is a method to the madness, but a lot of it has to do with staffing and volunteers.
Okay.
So just a little food for thought for people to think about. I do still have some open shifts. If you'd like to volunteer your time in September, feel free to reach out to me. It greatly appreciate anybody that can give time to do it. And I promise, hopefully it won't be as nearly and hot as September as it just was this past weekend.
Will there be some opportunities in the fall for extended hours or anything once it's cooling off a little bit?
So there's always the opportunity. So we do continue to do rentals in September and October. And you can do a 30-minute rental. So if you have a group of people, it actually is probably more cost effective. Let's
do combo carousel movie night.
There you go.
In the fall.
That'd
be cool.
We can see what we can make happen. So,
I like it.
Of course, with everything that we're planning, we've been talking about doing. Some people have requested to do an October kind of Halloween party at the carousel. So, toying around some ideas with that. So stay tuned as we work through.
We should do a haunted park.
There you go.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
I hear a volunteer.
Utilize the park. I could volunteer for like audio and video stuff.
There you go.
But
so you never know.
Also, I mean, it wouldn't be terrible to scare some kids.
Well, maybe. Depends.
Their parents can comfort them. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
We could go back to you want to go down a bunny trail. I remember my first haunted house experience.
Yeah.
Like it was yesterday.
Did you just use the word bunny trail versus rabbit hole?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's because
most people say go down a rabbit hole.
No, because
but you said bunny
Story
trail.
City we have a bunny trail, and so you always get on the bunny trail.
I just thought it was weird.
It's okay. It's my brain. It's okay. Rabbit hole, bunny trail,
You just
whatever.
Subbed it. Yeah.
It's all
okay.
about the bunnies. Here we
Continue.
go. Vividly remember it like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
It was when I was in high school, and you went to Des Moines, and it was at the old Science Center.
All right.
And you had to cross a bridge, but there was people underneath that would grab your feet.
Really? Wow.
I lost my shoe.
Excellent.
It was horrifying.
A+
to me.
haunted bridge.
I will still say to this day that I'm not a fan of bridges.
So you never got your shoe back?
Nope, never got my shoe back.
Excellent.
I'm pretty sure I ran like my rear was on fire. Just to be clear.
I have an idea for the haunted park.
Since we have 2 bridges, right?
Correct.
There you go. Anybody that's doing a haunted forest or park, whatever.
Oh, man.
Use your bridges.
That would be great. I wonder how much it would be to get like certain movies. I can think of a couple that would be awesome and relatively family friendly too. I mean, you would have to use your best discretion.
That's true.
We can't all watch Hubie Halloween. Just saying. Did you ever see that one?
No.
It was on Netflix. It was an Adam Sandler.
Okay, now
one that came out a couple years ago.
Sandler, so now
I'm
feel like I have
surprised you didn't see it then.
I got to go home and do that.
Yeah, Hubie Halloween, I think it was called. It was pretty funny. It was cute. You know, that's it.
I mean, I really now. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
That's
well,
what you do.
tis
That might
the
be on my
season.
bucket list. It is.
Tis the
It
season,
is fall.
so.
Like it is officially fall, and
Is it actually?
Well,
what
not-
date? What date is
No, it's
fall
not
start?
till like September 20 something.
Oh, it's
isn't
soon
it?
enough.
It's soon enough. To
Soon
me,
enough,
once you
yeah.
start school, it's fall.
I get
Like
it.
that's how it works in my
Yeah,
house.
I mean, it's all made up anyway, so who cares? We can call it
To be
whatever
honest,
we want to.
you can come to my house. I have my first ghost out. But
Nice.
I know.
Excellent.
I love Halloween time. So
Very cool.
I don't know why. I
Oh,
just like fall.
do you want me? I can tell a story. We're at the end. We got through all the important stuff.
I mean, I have a couple
So
things, but
if
yeah,
you-
we
if you-
have story time.
If you want to stop listening, that's fine. We were in London in 2013, and I saw a flyer for a haunted house type thing, but it was like a permanent thing where it was like half, it was half about like the story about the London Bridge fire.
Okay.
And then also there was like a whole other half where it was like a legitimate like haunted house that you go through with like somebody will come at you with a chainsaw, or you walk through
Right.
like a really like decrepit old like surgical room, or things like that are
Right.
supposed to freak you out. So I went in there with Kara, who was 5 at the time. I'm gonna say 5. And so it was kind of towards the end of the day, and they did this whole thing where they radioed ahead. Then I forget what their code was for somebody that was younger, but they radioed ahead. But I really wanted to see it because one of the biggest draws of it was that they had somebody that worked for Universal to do like a lot of the prosthetics and the different like decor. And so I'm always happy to be scared, but they phoned, they like radioed ahead and said such and such coming through, such and such coming through, but still Kara got like freaked out. so I basically like ran through it holding her, but I still got to see everything. And I totally didn't get my money's worth.
I was gonna say,
but it was still fun.
Now the
So.
question is does Kara like haunted houses to these days?
She doesn't remember any of that.
Okay, that's good.
But she loves scary movies, which I'm glad it ended up that way.
Right.
Because we can like bond over watching things like that. And but I do recall one time I started very early with her. I want to say she was like maybe 2 or 3. And I decided now would be a good time to show her Gremlins. And so we watched it like in daylight. And so I put it on the TV, and there was a scene kind of at the beginning where it was a close up of like Stripe's face or something like that. And she was just staring at the TV, screaming at the top of her lungs. And I remember saying, well, I guess we're not ready for that yet. So we stopped the movie. But now it's a family favorite. So
well, and now
you just got to pick and choose the time.
You got to pick and choose. And now
Yeah.
I feel like we have to have in the comments, drop your most memorable scary movie
Yeah.
that you had as a child. Because
that.
mine would have been E.T.
Scary?
Yes, because my brother tormented me. So remember when he hid with all the like animals in the bedroom?
Yeah, the stuffed animals.
Yeah. Yeah, so I had my stuffed animals like that in my bedroom.
Yeah.
And my brother chose to hide in mine and scare the living daylights out of me.
Excellent.
So E.T. was like the scare of my life.
I'm not sure how to take that.
I know.
But
I
like
the
understand what
movie.
you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
When it's somebody takes a part of a movie and then just torments you with it.
Mine, I don't remember. I got pretty desensitized really young. So it was hard to scare me, really. But when I was very, very young, I had a record set of the story of Gremlins.
Oh, okay.
And it was like maybe 5 different records, and it would come with the little 45, and then it had the book with it. I hit that. And then I would put on the record, and I don't know why I felt so motivated to listen to the record, but I would have to run out of the room because I felt like, they were like in the room. And so I had to have been like super young
Yep.
at that time. But I wanted to hear it, but it was freaking me out.
Right.
There's something special for your kids at Hardee's. With any sandwich, fries, and soft drink, get a Gremlins storybook and record for 99 cents or less plus tax. Collect all 5 of these read-along stories about Gizmo and his friends.
It's here Gremlin books, it's here records too, 'cause you love Gizmo and Gizmo loves you.
Suddenly, a television flashed on. Stripe's face snarled at Billy in a giant close-up.
So
See, we all have things.
Yeah.
All have things. So yeah. So just to kind of wrap up before it's Tuesday and
Sure.
we took all of your Monday.
It's the best way to spend it.
A lot of people hopefully have seen that the Story City Chamber Main Street has rolled out a new website.
Yeah.
And that is storycitygcc.org. And it has a community calendar. And so when people are trying to look for events, I'm just going to put a big old shout to make sure you check there first.
Sweet.
It's going to be a process as we get everybody onboarded. I'm working with about 140 different companies to get everything set up, but that is going to be the hub for all information of events coming forward. So,
Awesome.
Including GCC Main Street Chamber events, but all of our partners here in town will have the opportunity to put all of their events on there. So make sure you're
Very
checking
cool.
that out. It is the great place to know what's going on. Eventually, these podcasts will be on YouTube and then will end up on that website also. So you can go back and listen to old podcast episodes
Sure.
and see all these great videos, see if hair changes or hats change or
My
if we
hair
wear-
is definitely not changing.
your hair is not changing, or if we wear the same outfit every week. Now I have to think about what I wear on Mondays and make sure I'm not wearing the same week.
That's why this thing we need to generate some revenue here, so I can start buying some fancy clothes
It's some fancy
to
clothes.
impress everybody.
There you go.
That's what I need.
You need a tip jar, but just one
do.
final shout out to everybody. I appreciate. It's been fun this week when I rolled out the new logo last week.
Yeah.
That came finding me to get their water bottle stickers, but I
Oh,
still have
good.
some more. So come in and get them. Make sure you're telling your friends to all listen to this. It's Lance and I do have fun, even though I make him take some things out.
It could be way more fun.
It
I'm
could
just
be way
saying.
more fun, and maybe we'll start an after hours podcast of the stuff that we don't
That'd be
want
great.
to know.
Imagine the guest on that. Just
So-
wait.
So yeah, so please continue to listen, share with a friend.
Yeah.
That way. But that's all I got, I think,
Sweet.
this week, you know?
Well, thanks everyone, and sorry for the lack of a third, but come on, this
You
is why
just
you're
stay
here.
tuned
This
to
is
see
it.
who comes next week.
Yep.
So.
Can I know, or is it a secret?
Secrets.
All right, we'll see you
See you
guys.
guys. Have a great week.
Bye bye.